what kind of a creature he is. He's a kind of low-grade thug, as far as I can see. He's listened to nothing I've said.
Because I'm Muslim. That's what we call Muslim.
I'll tell you. No, it's not that at all. It's not that at all. I think you're just a very low-rent racist. But anyway, let me just get on to it. You said
this is a great matchup. Now, Cenk has been around for a while. To his credit, he started the Young Turks many years ago, built up to 7 million subscribers, but he is pathetically anti-Israel, occasionally anti-Semitic, and watch as Douglas Murray mops the floors with him on Israel. Just a brutal roast. Watch Douglas Murray make mincemeat out of Cenk.
First of all, I mean, your other guest, I mean, I don't know what kind of a creature he is. He's a kind of low-grade thug, as far as I can see. He's listened to nothing I've said.
I know, because I'm Muslim. That's what we call all Muslims.
I'll tell you. No, it's not that at all. It's not that at all. I just think I think you're just a very low-rent racist. But anyway, let me just get on to it. You say first of all, I don't care about the death of Palestinian children. Yes, I do care. I care very deeply about it. But I also know that the responsibility for their deaths lies on Hamas, which has misgoverned their society for the last 16 years, and now has been leading the country into being in a war with Israel. So yes, it's on Hamas this. As for seeing wars, by the way, I just mentioned about seeing wars because as far as I can see, you're very ill-traveled as well as rather ill-lettered and ill-spoken. And I mentioned that I cover wars and go to wars because I happen to think myself that it's worth seeing things with your own eyes, including things that you don't particularly like, but you report the truth. I don't know if you ever even leave your own bedroom. And I can tell already that you don't because you've already said something that demonstrates you know nothing about this conflict. You have just demonstrated it in the following terms. You said that this is why we need to push for a two-state solution and give legitimacy to the Palestinian Authority. I'll tell you something you don't know because I guess you spent no time in the West Bank, have you? I'll tell you something you probably don't know. The Palestinian Authority, Fatah, celebrated the 7th of October massacres. I'll give you another fact which demonstrates you know nothing about this and clearly haven't ever visited any Palestinians in the West Bank as I have. If there was an election tomorrow in the West Bank, the reason why there isn't one is because if there was an election tomorrow in the West Bank, Hamas would win. So your idea of a two-state solution, I'm afraid you are so out of date and you really should leave your bedroom. Because in this region, nobody thinks that there is a two-state solution on the table because there is not a viable negotiating partner. But I just want to make one other main point. You have gone on and on tonight, throwing accusations out against the Jewish state, against me. It's the sort of thing you do. I know you're a sort of online pugilist and think you can run for office, and good luck with that. But I'd just like to point out that you only really get animated if the Jews are involved. And I can tell that for the following reason. I mean, your surname's Uyghur, isn't it? 1 million Uyghur Muslims in China have been put in concentration camps in the last decade. And people of your ilk never really care about that, do you? Because it's not the Jews doing it, it's the Chinese Communist Party. At the moment, 1 million people who are in Pakistan at the moment, who are your fellow Muslims and who happen to be Afghan, and I don't think you care about them, do you? 1 million Afghans are currently being forcibly deported from Pakistan to Afghanistan. You don't care about that. You're not riled up about that. You're not riled up about what the Janjaweed are currently doing in Sudan, where thousands and thousands of people are being attacked by the Islamist militia there. You don't care about any of that. You get exercised and you rile up what little base you have of malcontents because you're riled up when the Jews do anything.
All right,
it's
Cenk.
perfectly obvious.
Okay.
Honestly, folks, this was just a brutal dismantling. I mean, like, someone like Cenk, he's been around for a long time, but he's gotten very comfortable and lazy with his talking points. And the anti-Israel spectrum really shifted significantly, especially post-October 7th. And his old talking points are just getting smacked away by someone like Douglas Murray, who is unlike most other critics, right? Douglas Murray actually travels to war zones. Douglas Murray went to Ukraine before giving his opinion. Douglas Murray went to the border of Gaza to witness and see the borders, the battles, the aid being handed out, the security threats, the checkpoints. Like, this is almost unparalleled in the world of lazy armchair media critics, especially the anti-Israel ones. I mean, we saw what happened with Dave Smith on the Joe Rogan podcast, where he admitted that he basically never left America and he's commenting on conflicts thousands of miles away. It's pretty comical stuff, right? Douglas Murray is one of one in this sense. He's actually traveling to where he is discussing. And Cenk had no answer to what Douglas and many other pro-Israel commentators will say is, you know, it's not just Hamas. The Palestinian Authority celebrated Hamas after the October 7th attacks. Just insane. And beyond that, if there were actually elections, people joke about how Mahmoud Abbas is in the 17th year of his 4-year term. Abbas knows that if they had elections in the West Bank, Judea and Samaria, Hamas would win. That's insane. The Palestinians want a terrorist entity to be in charge, and that's why there can't be a state. That's why the two-state solution is just, it's insane, right? All these countries who are insisting on a two-state solution, if they were in charge, they wouldn't even dare joke about that. It's basically asking for terrorism in your backyard. Just crazy. And, you know, what Douglas Murray pointed out about Cenk is that Cenk only gets excited when Jews are involved. It's crazy. And the big question is, why doesn't Cenk care about the 1 million Uyghur Muslims in the Chinese camps? He doesn't care about them. And how about the 1 million Afghans forcibly deported from Pakistan? And the tens of thousands attacked by Islamist militias in the Sudan? People like Cenk, Dave Smith, they don't know, they don't care. If it doesn't involve Jews, it is not news. Pathetic, really. And so Cenk, you know, he had his moment probably about 5 years ago on YouTube, and he still has his subscriber base, but you can see he's like a washed up, you know, 44-year-old boxer, still clinging to his old name, getting knocked out in the first round of these prize fights. He doesn't really deserve to be on these shows anymore. When he goes on Piers Morgan, he gets batted around, and against Douglas Murray, he just didn't hold a candle. It was really just an unfair fight. Douglas Murray mopped the floors with Cenk, and unfortunately for Cenk, it's time to hang up the cleats. He doesn't know it, but it was very clear from this video.